Manchester United's fate in the transfer window this summer following a breakthrough in Paris Saint-Germain's move for Benfica and Portugal midfielder João Neves. The 19-year-old has been on United's radar for several months after his development in Portugal. He has long been one of Erik ten Hag's midfield targets, but the Red Devils are set to look elsewhere. According to Fabrizio Romano, PSG will close a deal to bring Neves to the Parc des Princes very soon. It's stated that the deal is worth €70 million, £59.1 million plus at least one player, thought to be Renato Sanchez. The fee is considerably less than the Portugal international's release clause of £101 million in his contract in Lisbon. Club president Rui Costa recently denied claims that they were standing firm on that fee, though the signing of Sanchez pushes the deal closer. PSG's push to sign Neves leaves United back to square one in their pursuit of a new midfielder. PSG star Manuel Ugarte, who could be more likely to leave the club following Neves' arrival, is the likeliest to arrive, while interest in Martin Zubimendi has developed in the last week. United are yet to reach an agreement with PSG for Ugarte, despite personal terms thought to be no issue with the Uruguay international. He only moved to France last summer but has failed to become a regular under Luis Enrique. As well as a new midfielder, United are also looking to add another centre-back and possible attacker. The future of Jadon Sancho could play a part in their next move in the window amid uncertainty over his future at Old Trafford. What should have been Leny Yoro's first test against Premier League opposition for Manchester United ended in disappointment as he limped off the semi-artificial pitch in Los Angeles after 34 minutes today. It was a worrying scene for United, with the player shaking his head and looking upset at what looked like an ankle injury. It was the second blow for the Red Devils, as striker Rasmus Højlund had already left the pitch after 11 minutes with what looked like a hamstring injury. Højlund had looked sharp, scoring one and being close to a second at the moment he sustained the injury. MUTV commentator Liam Bradford claimed he lip-read Højlund saying the injury wasn't too bad, and he left the pitch without a limp, suggesting it was just a precaution. As for Yoro, time will tell, but the player's reaction did not bode well, although the men also claimed that the decision to substitute both players was a precautionary measure. Questions must be raised about the strange pitch at the stadium, which is grass laid on artificial turf. A number of players look to be struggling with the surface, and the decision to play on a treacherous surface at this stage of the season has to be questioned. All eyes will be on Erik ten Hag's post-match interviews to find out the extent of both injuries. After one of the most injury-ravaged seasons in the club's history last time around, Ten Hag and his men would have been wanting to start this season without any setbacks. Losing their star new defender, with Raphael Varane having left and Victor Lindelof struggling with injury, would be the very last thing that they would have wanted. Manchester United lost 2-1 to Arsenal in what was an enthralling first match of their preseason tour of the US. United were looking to get their US tour off to a strong start, especially after their convincing 2-0 win over Rangers, with Leny Yoro making an impactful debut. 90 seconds in, an incoming cross from the Arsenal attack made its way to Yoro, who missed his clearance, allowing Gabriel Jesus to collect the loose ball. Fortunately, Andre Onana was quick to collect the ball and quash the danger. 6 minutes in, Mason Mount launched a counterattack from halfway, threading the ball to Ahmad in the center, whose powerful shot was parried by the keeper. It was a positive start to the match for United. A few minutes later, it was Arsenal on the attack, putting the pressure on United in the final third. Harry Maguire got a clean header to clear a cross, while Onana made an impressive save to deny Nwaneri from close range. Not a minute later, United grabbed the lead when Marcus Rashford picked out Rasmus Højlund with a cross from distance. Højlund sprinted up the field, dribbling heaven and comfortably slotting the ball past Hein. 2 minutes later, United looked to double their lead when Wan-Bissaka hammered a cross into the box. However, this time, Højlund fired over the top. Unfortunately, the Danish striker went down awkwardly following the shot, expressing discomfort. Unwilling to risk his star striker, Erik ten Hag replaced him with Hannibal Mejbri. Despite the early setback, United remained laser-focused, with Hannibal seamlessly integrating into the team's slick passing game. The team came close to scoring again when Ahmad took an opportune shot from the edge of the box that was blocked by the Arsenal defense. Arsenal came close to scoring when Jesus tried to play a through ball to Trossard, however, Wan-Bissaka was quick enough to block his pass. Moments later, United weren't so fortunate. Jesus ran into the box to get on the end of a pass from Jorginho, outpacing Ahmad to slot the ball into the back of the net. A few minutes later, Jesus looked to be offside, however, the referee bizarrely allowed the goal to stand. In the 30th minute, the match was paused for a drinks break. It was then that new signing Yoro began complaining of discomfort. In yet another safety measure, Yoro was replaced by academy graduate Reece Bennett. United will be hoping that Yoro's injury is nothing serious. The impact of United's injuries was almost immediately evident. While Mount played an opportune through ball into the box, Hannibal was unable to arrive in time, lacking the foresight that natural strikers such as Hoyland would typically possess. On the stroke of half-time, Collier made an impressive run into the box, weaving through the Arsenal defense only for his shot to be blocked. The youngster has been impressive throughout the first half. As the referee blew the halftime whistle, United would be fairly satisfied with their performance thus far. While surely disappointed after losing their lead, United coped well considering their two injury setbacks. Ten Hag will be hoping that his team can carry their momentum into the second half. Except for Onana, United returned to the field with an entirely fresh lineup. In the 57th minute, Trossard got on the end of a through ball and took a hard shot from close range at the near post, forcing an impressive save from Onana. Evans dealt well with the subsequent cross, heading the ball out of danger. 65 minutes in, United made their first threatening attack of the second half when McTominay launched a counterattack. He laid off the ball to Antony on the edge of the box, who passed back to McTominay. Unfortunately, McTominay's final ball into the center couldn't find a teammate. United continued applying pressure, with Eriksen taking a long-range shot that was deflected out for a corner. Eriksen took a threatening corner, with the ball whizzing past the face of the goal begging for a tap-in. Unfortunately, none of his United teammates were within reach. 15 minutes from time, Eriksen turned defense into attack. He booted the ball up to Sancho, who almost managed to break through the Arsenal defense only for the final man, Heaven, to dispossess him. Just as United appeared to get the break on again, Thomas Partey came crashing into Johnny Evans. The United defender remained on the ground for a few seconds, displaying visible signs of pain before rising to his feet. It was yet another momentum of anxiety for United given the two injuries experienced earlier in the match. With 10 minutes left on the clock, Gabriel Martinelli put Arsenal in the lead. It was poor marking from Scanlon, who allowed Martinelli took much space to maneuver as he dribbled into the box and scored from the near post. 5 minutes from time, Eriksen whipped in a threatening corner, forcing the keeper to punch the ball off the goal line. It was almost a goal by the Dane directly from the corner. 2 minutes into added time, Evans headed the ball into the back of the net from a corner. Unfortunately, the goal was disallowed due to Wheatley fouling the keeper. Seconds later, the full-time whistle blew, bringing the end to an eventful encounter between United and Arsenal. Despite coming off second best, United showed numerous signs of promise, with several first-team stars producing energetic performances on the day. Had United's stronger lineup from the first half remained intact, there's no telling how much they could have affected the final score. Starting 11, Onana, Maguire, Mount, Hoyland, Rashford, Yoro, Ahmad, Casemiro, Wan-Bissaka, Ahmad, Collier. Subs: Hannibal, Bennett, Antony, Eriksen, Evans, McTominay, Oidel, Sancho, Scanlon, Wheatley, Murray.